content is provided for informational purposes only and is the sole expression of our opinion and should not be relied upon as legal, business, investment, or tax advice. Do your own research. Any loss or profit is your sole responsibility. Stay safe.
Hey everyone, I am Kelly and this is Kai.
How's everybody doing?
Today we're going to be onboarding or setting up a Nano S Plus, and then after the device setup, we will have some time to do questions. Go ahead and put your questions in, and we will get to those.
Yep, we do have a moderator in the chat, Jacob. He'll be answering any questions you guys may have. During the onboarding, we won't be able to address your guys' question. The moderator will do that, but if we miss your questions near the end, we'll definitely address it. Without further ado, take it away, Kelly.
All right. Okay. All right. So when you first open the box here, okay, you'll see the device, and then you'll also see the recovery sheet packet. Today we're going to be using a different recovery as we've already used these.
We ran out.
All right. So underneath here, there's a little packet that has regulatory information in it, some stickers.
Yep. If you want to show them for a better
There
look.
we go.
Yep, it's purple.
And then underneath that is where you would see the cable, but we already have the cable here. Okay. So go ahead and connect the device.
Cool.
Okay, so you are met with a welcome screen, and then you use the right and left buttons option. Once you navigate to set up, either set up as a new device or restore from recovery phrase. Today we are just setting up. And then you have to select a PIN. All Ledger devices can have either 4 or 8 digits for the PIN. Set up whatever PIN you use. And then you confirm the PIN after that. Okay. All right. So now that the PIN is selected on the device and it's been confirmed, we are at the write down your recovery phrase screen. And this part takes a little bit of time here. So there will be 24 words that the device is generating. And this recovery phrase that is tied to your accounts that you create when it's loaded onto the device. So while I am doing that, do you want to cover the importance of, of recovery phrases? And
sure. So yeah, while she's doing that, let me change the big camera because what she writes down, right, it's not going to matter because we're not going to load any funds on here. So I'll just switch to a bigger camera angle so you guys can see me more clearly. So of course, what she's doing now is she's writing down her recovery phrase. Obviously, if you guys are doing this at home, you guys don't want to be doing a live stream or recording a video, but for educational purposes of the stream, we're doing this. But like I mentioned before, no funds are going to be sent to accounts derived from this recovery phrase. So what is a recovery phrase? So the 24-word recovery phrase that is generated from your Ledger device is the most important thing when it comes to securing your assets and accessing your crypto, right? They're basically your master key to all your funds on the blockchain. What I mean by that is none of your funds are actually stored on the Ledger device. That's a big misunderstanding for a lot of new users, right? They think like, oh, if I lose this Ledger USB stick, what happens to my funds, right? You don't lose any of your funds. All accounts you create on the blockchain are going to be derived from your 24-word recovery phrase. Okay, so none of your assets are stored on your Ledger device. Everything's stored on the blockchain. And in order to access these accounts on the blockchain, right, you need the recovery phrase. Basically, what the recovery phrase does is it validates that you are the owner, right? The private keys that are derived from the recovery phrase basically validates you are the owner to those funds. Another important thing that I want to mention, right, is this is the only way you can access your crypto, right? So if you lose your 24-word recovery phrase, there's nothing Ledger can do. Although we do offer a new service, it's called Ledger Recover. We might touch base on that a little bit here, but basically you're responsible for your 24-word recovery phrase, right? And if you ever lose it and you weren't opted into Ledger Recover, there's nothing we can do. We don't store any of your private information. I do want to show you guys some backup solutions, right? If you guys, maybe live in an area such as like Florida, right? There's hurricanes or natural disasters, right? Your recovery phrase that Kelly wrote down here is not disaster proof, right? Although this is like a high quality piece of paper, right? Your dog can chew it up. There could be a lot of incidents where something could go wrong. Maybe you lose it. Maybe you move locations and it gets lost somewhere, right? There's a lot of incidents where customers may lose their 24-word recovery phrase. So another solution is backup. If you don't want like cloud or backed up using Ledger Recover, there is physical backup solutions, right? These are metal plates. They're basically disaster proof, fireproof, waterproof. You guys can check that out on our website. But yeah, I guess you got it all set up. That's just a little bit. Just keep your recovery phrase safe. Ledger will never ask you for your recovery phrase. Understand that it's the only way. It's what you need to access your funds on the blockchain. And yeah, go back to here. Cool.
All right, so I'm about halfway through.
Yep.
So I wrote down the 24 words, and now I am confirming the words on the device. Definitely be careful when you're going through this process. It can take a little while, and you want to like get through it quickly. But the first word that populates on the screen might not be the correct one. So definitely make sure you're verifying that the number and the word match.
And
to what you have written down.
you want to explain to them how like the buttons work and how to confirm?
Yeah, so you can use the right and left button here. Oh, I'm in the video. Okay, right and left button. And that will let you filter or like navigate through the available word options. And then once you see the word, just like any other like confirmation on the device, you'll press both buttons and that will confirm it.
Yeah, and it's not hold, it's just a quick press,
yes,
right?
No holding, yeah, just a quick one. All right, so I'm about halfway done with this.
And then do you have any best practices for people other than just writing it down and securing it and putting it in a safe? Any other best practices as far as recovery phrase safe?
No, I would definitely say storing it where you know that you're gonna always have access to it, but other people aren't going to. Yeah, that's definitely top priority. I do think some of these other bill fodder is especially helpful, but yeah, pretty much covered for it.
Yeah, and one thing else, never store it on any cloud backup. As far as like taking a picture of it, having it save on your iCloud. There's been incidents where customers have gotten their iCloud hacked. Scammer has access to the recovery phrase. Never take a picture of it. Never do like a live video like I mentioned earlier. Never type it anywhere. Oh yeah, another thing is never type it anywhere online, right? There's going to be fake Ledger Live applications, fake websites that are like, oh, type in your recovery phrase to unlock airdrop or unlock your device or whatever. If you have any issues with your device or Ledger Live in general, please reach out to us. Only place you guys should ever enter your recovery phrase is on the Ledger device itself, right? Nowhere online. And then, of course, if you guys need guidance, reach out to us and help you guys. Cool.
All right, so I have confirmed all of the words. Now I will press both buttons to continue.
Cool. This is what it looks like.
Now
Ooh, and the sun is shining.
Yes.
When the sun shines, the quality is actually better.
It is, yeah. Maybe we need to have like a spotlight on this.
I know.
All right, now the device displays your device is ready and go. So here we have Ledger Live set up. So, there are two options after you select get started. You can either walk through the process. Basically, it walks you through the same steps say you don't have a recovery phrase that we just walked through. Otherwise, you can select already have a recovery phrase, and then it'll take you right to live.
Okay. This is paid. For some reason. All right. So while I do that, you want to answer some questions?
Yeah. Yes.
Yes. Delayed. Just very delayed. It's all good. Okay. That for some reason. Yeah, you guys, you can
Here.
just address some questions while I'm trying to.
Yeah. Do you want to move others or like the other screens so I can see the? I can't see any of the top incoming.
I'll just
Okay.
do these questions.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's.
Eric, so
I don't know.
which app do I install in Ledger for render? And I think that's why I can't send the crypto over. Okay, so Eric, is render and Illivium ERC20s? Eric, if you can clarify that, that would be great. Because if they're ERC20s, you don't need, the only app you need is your Ethereum, right? They'll appear as tokens under your Ethereum account. Let us know, Eric, if it is ERC20.
Alrighty.
Okay.
All right.
Sorry about that, guys. Technical difficulties. Gotta resize this. We're doing this live. Okay, so
Perfect. Okay.
All right.
So we still have the device connected here,
Mhm.
and we can go over to get started. Do you want to do it?
Yep. You can do it. Cool.
Okay, so this is a Nano S Plus, so we'll select that. And then, as I mentioned earlier, you're met with these two options here. You can set up the device as new. If you select, set up a new Nano S Plus, this is going to walk you through the steps that we just went through. If you have already set up the device like I did without Ledger Live, you can select already have a recovery phrase. Okay, and now we're going to go through a genuine check. All Nano Ledger devices have to go through a genuine check in order to work live.
Yep. And it's basically to check if your device has been tampered with internally, as far as a firmware or any OS inside the device. We're going to check the device. It's going to start loading. I'm going to press both buttons. Boom. That's right there. All good. Your Ledger Nano S Plus is genuine and ready to use Ledger Live. Okay. Want to explain this a little bit?
Oh yeah. Okay. So this is kind of a new thing you'll see in Ledger Live when you set it up. Our new Ledger Recover service became available a few days ago, and it is an encrypted backup for your recovery phrase. At this time, only the Ledger Nano X is supports this service. So the other Ledger devices.
Yep. So even if you have a Nano S Plus, you'll still be prompted with this screen. And you could probably go through the process, but you want to be able to actually load up Ledger Recover on the device because it's not available. So just keep that in mind. It is 1 month free. If you guys have any questions regarding this, you can chat, and then of course do your own research and see suitable service for you. Cool. So we'll just bypass this. You guys can bypass this if you guys aren't interested. This service is 100% optional. So if you're like, oh, I'm good, I can keep my recovery phrase safe, that's totally fine. Just click next right here. Boom. Now take it away.
Yeah. All right. So I always suggest heading to the My Ledger tab before making any moves. Here, this is a perfect example. This Ledger device needs a firmware update, and that does happen, on occasion. Devices update, but if you get a new device, it probably out of date.
Right.
You want to keep your device up to date just to make sure all of the apps and the firmware can work seamlessly with your accounts and connecting to wallets and all of that. So,
Mhm.
and
Update the
you want to
firmware?
update it? Yeah.
Sure.
Let's do it.
So whenever you guys update the firmware, you guys are gonna get the notes, disclaimer, right? Make sure you guys have your recovery phrase safe and you have it at your disposal, because sometimes a firmware update will factory reset the device. What I mean by factory reset is it just wipes everything clean. Like I mentioned before, as long as you have your 24-word recovery phrase, we'll be able to access your funds. Nothing is stored on your ledger device, so device does factory reset, didn't lose any funds. Okay, so we're just gonna go ahead and factory reset. And I see we have more questions in the chat. Jake should answer some of your guys' questions. If he misses you, we'll be able to address your guys' question here very shortly as we finish this onboarding.
Too long since there's no like apps or
Yep.
anything to
Right?
do here. Then I will confirm the update with both
Yep.
buttons on the device.
Looks like on the device. Gonna reset and enter the PIN. Cool. Cool. OS update success. Okay. Next step.
Yeah. All right. So after you have ensured everything is up to date, normally you would be able to go over to the accounts tab here in Ledger Live, but because there aren't any accounts added, we'll have to go to portfolio first, and I'll show you how to add your first account. So you just select add account here, and I will add an Ethereum account. I won't have to type anything here, but of course you can search for whatever asset you're looking for.
You have to allow.
Oh.
Yep. Yep.
And,
And when you go through this, it'll automatically just install the app for you, so you don't
Yes.
have to go to My Ledger.
so nice.
Yeah.
And I think basically all of them do that
Yeah.
now. They didn't use
They all do.
hard to see on that camera there. All right. Now we'll open up the app. This synchronization process can take a few minutes. Don't panic if it seems like it's just sitting there doing nothing. Sometimes it's quick like that. Sometimes it takes a while.
Cool.
All right, and now an Ethereum account is added, and you'll see the rest of the tabs in Ledger Live are not gray anymore. You can access all of them. Now that we're on the account tab, you can see the Ethereum account that was added. When you click on the account, you then have the option to receive your funds to the account. Click on receive. It will walk you through the process of confirming or verifying the address. You'll get the receipt address for the
And
account.
then this is, yep, and she just verified by pressing both buttons.
And
You have your receive address there.
take that to where you are sending the funds from.
Of your favorite Discover.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. I would say my absolute favorite is Zerion. It's a great app if you have funds that aren't supported directly in Ledger Live yet, meaning you can't see them in your accounts tab, but you're still bring that asset with your device.
Mhm.
Here is a super awesome app to be able to see like no transactions. Can't see anything here because we don't have any transactions associated with the account that we just added. But you'd be able to select NFTs and see your NFTs. You can see tokens, and you used to not be able to, but now you can actually make transactions directly from the Zerion app. So
Yep.
it is an excellent option for those assets that you can't see in your regular accounts.
Yeah. And I strongly advise you guys to check out the Discover tab. You guys can buy crypto directly in Ledger Live through one of our providers. We also have Refer a Friend. Why not? If you guys want to refer a friend, you guys get $10 of Bitcoin. There's also DEXs on that are integrated in Ledger Live, like Paraswap and 1inch. That is region dependent, but of course, check that out. We have tax providers. We have a bunch of stuff. So check it out. Zerion is definitely one of my favorites as well. Yeah, that's basically it. You want to explain the earn tab?
Oh yeah, so the earn tab will show what assets you can stake in Ledger Live. It also shows like APY and APR, which is super nice. No, um, having to go to like another website and try to like calculate it. It shows you all of that. And I think we might be missing
Yeah,
like
we're
Cardano
missing Cardano here.
or another one. Missing. I think that's it. But yes, a great way.
Yeah, we're missing Polkadot as well. Yeah, Polkadot. You can't
Yeah.
stake on Polkadot.
Right, right.
But yeah, that's basically it. Of course, you guys can buy and sell, swap, ledger recover, my ledger. She explained that pretty well. And yeah, that's basically it. If you guys have any other questions regarding Ledger Live setup, let us know. And now we'll just start answering questions. What we have. See, shout out to
There.
Jacob. He's been doing a great job. Dirty. Oh, what's up, Dirty? I remember you from, I think, Wednesday. All right, we'll go from day.
Going backwards?
This one.
Or did, okay.
Yeah. Jacob answered all the questions.
Okay, so day, how do I know what firmware update is needed?
Yeah.
So the device will identify whether or not, or if you're in the My Ledger tab, it will identify that there is an update needed if needed. You can also see what the current firmware for what device you have.
We have that in our help center.
Yeah.
Jake, if you want to link Day help center article on what's the most up-to-date firmware for each device, that would be great. But yeah, Kelly explained it pretty well. Some, like, you could be outdated like one version back, but you may run into issues in the future. So we strongly advise you to just stay up to date at all times. Cool.
All right, Dirty, can I keep it or do I have to send it off somewhere?
Let's see what question. I think Jake was. How do I get a recovery phrase already used? Dirty, if you can clarify, I think Peachy has been helping you. I don't know what you mean by I set up my new device and in Ledger Live added the apps I wanted. There's 1,600 Doge already in the wallet. How did I get a recovery phrase already in use? That doesn't mean you got a recovery phrase in use. That could just mean someone airdrop you Doge, right? If whenever you create a Ledger wallet address, it's very common to just receive random airdrops, right? With Polygon, I have a bunch of random tokens and NFTs, and the account doesn't have much magic. So, yeah, I definitely would advise you to reach out to us so we can look into it. But it's basically impossible for you to get a recovery phrase that's already in use. Yeah. All right. Steve.
Steve-O Land Down Under. Hi team, any info on when XDC will be supported by Ledger? So no, I don't have an ETA on that. It sounds like you already are aware that there is a third-party app that you can still access and manage your funds with. You just connect your Ledger device to it. It's a pretty common request.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I hope that's something we can integrate.
XDC. So, yeah, XDC is one of the more popular ones as far as Ledger Live support goes. Let me check the market cap because I know from our developers, if a coin is within the top 50, we will eventually support it. So, just on coin market cap checking right now for you, Steve-O. Yeah, it does not look like it's in the top 50, but I know it's 54, so it's close. But it's definitely one of the more popular coins. People reach out to us a lot as far as support goes, but like she said, I'm sure you're aware of the third party one you have to use in order to manage your XCC. Cool.
All right. Green Tea Doll. Is it hard to get a new recovery phrase? I'm glad you asked. No, it's not hard at all, actually.
You want to just show them how to? 'Cause,
Yeah.
Yeah. If we need to use a ledger device, I'll just get mine.
Yeah,
So.
okay. So if you wanted to get a new recovery phrase, you can simply reset the device by inputting an incorrect PIN 3 times in a row, and the device will reset. Now, an important thing to note here, if you have created any accounts with the recovery phrase that was on the device before resetting it, you would need to reload that exact same recovery phrase back onto the device before you can transact from that account again. So make sure that before you're resetting a device or getting a new recovery phrase, that you have the previous one if you have any funds associated with it. So I will reset the device here, and I'm just going to enter an incorrect PIN 3 times in a row. At the first one, it says invalid PIN, 2 attempts left.
And this is a security mechanism that we implemented just in case your ledger or a ledger device was ever stolen, right? The person that stole it only has 3 attempts, so make sure your PIN is not 1, 2, 3, 4.
Right.
Right. Make it hard for the person that stole it.
All right. That was the final attempt. It says invalid PIN, device reset. And device here. After the device is restarted, you have the, okay, first you'll have to go through the options on the screen here. Once you get to the end, you'll see 2 options, either set up as a new device or restore from recovery phrase. If you want to get a new recovery phrase, you'll select set up as a new device with both buttons. You'll choose your PIN. Confirm the PIN. And now you are back at the screen that says write down your recovery phrase.
Yep.
So
one more thing I want to note: the recovery phrase that she written down earlier will not appear again. Right. Every time you go through this process, you will get prompted with a new recovery phrase, and the recovery phrase is only shown once during the setup process.
Yeah.
So.
Alrighty.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's basically it.
Yeah.
Hopefully that answers your question, Green Tea. All right. Question?
Right. Nardo. Hi. Did you follow the Polygon 2.0 project? I have Matic and ST Matic. Is there something I have to do? Do I have to convert it all to Polygon? If so, how will the staked Matic work as before? I know I heard something about this.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if it's supported directly in Ledger Live yet. Yeah. Let's see here. Jacob 2.0 is currently live on ETH, not Polygon. Okay, so got that answered for us.
Yep. I've heard about it, but I know it's not live yet.
Yeah.
Especially in Ledger. Yep. Got it. Cool. And I think we've addressed every question so far. Shout out to Jacob for helping us. Of course, if you guys want to reach out to him, he's also in our Discord. So reach out to him there as well. But yeah, leave any questions you guys may have, and I hope you guys are having a good Friday.
I can't believe it's Friday again already.
Can't believe it's sunny right
I
now.
know.
Okay.
Dirty says, I'm keeping the Doge, then I'll make a new phrase.
Sure, that's perfectly fine, Dirty. Oh, sweet. Yeah, if you guys have any questions, feel free to leave it in the chat. Oh yeah, Mendy, I did see your question earlier. You want to read it?
Yeah, Mendy SW. Someone hack Ledger Live desktop app and install a keystroke software which shares every key you enter or PIN you enter in the Ledger Live desktop app. Okay. So Ledger Live is just an interface to view your assets on the blockchain. So your funds do not live in your Ledger device and they do not live in Ledger Live. You're just using Ledger Live to view them on the blockchain, which is where they live. So if someone were to, I guess the biggest risk would be using a version of Ledger Live that was a scam version of Ledger Live that was, asking for your recovery phrase or something like that. But the, authentic official version of Ledger Live, nobody's going to be able to, access your funds or any information from that. That said, as far as like a keystroke software, do you want to kind of talk about like the clipboard?
Sure. Yeah, so I think before I get into keystroke, Mendy, so I guess people have concerns like, oh, what happens if my ledger's hacked? Kelly kind of addressed it. If someone was able to hack your computer through maybe malware, Trojan, right? They have control of your desktop. They could still see your assets, right? But like she mentioned before, your assets live on the blockchain, right? And the only way you can access these assets on the blockchain is if you have the physical device in hand, or if you have the recovery phrase to the device or to the funds, right? So although a hacker may be able to see your funds, they can't access it, right? As far as the keystroke goes, there are some softwares out there. That's called a clipboard hijack. Basically, what the software does is whenever you click receive or send, right, it will change the address on your clipboard, right? So let's say I'm sending from Coinbase to my Ledger wallet address, right? I'll copy my address from Coinbase, and then I'll copy my address from Ledger Live. I'll go to Coinbase. I'll paste that address in, and it'll be very similar to the address that is actually tied to your accounts, right? So basically, my suggestion is you want to verify every word and make sure your recovery phrase is safe. I think with the new Ledger Live version, we did implement clipboard. Let me get you this real quick, Mendy. We did implement a mechanism where it'll say, let me link you this article. It will say mismatch between the copy address and the one in the clipboard. This is only for newer versions, so of course, Mendy, make sure. Yeah, thanks, Jake. Yeah, you'll definitely want to be on the most up-to-date version, but as far as best practice goes, make sure you verify every address.
We should probably mention that that is super, super rare.
Yeah.
Like something I have actually never even personally handled myself. So it's not common, though it is a possibility.
Yeah. It's more common for people to enter their recovery phrase into a fake website or fake Ledger Live than it is for someone to get clipboard hijacked.
Yeah.
Just from my personal experience. So just make sure you follow best practice. Your Ledger device is your source of truth. So what you see on your Ledger device is what is happening. So if you're receiving funds to an account, that address that appears on your Ledger device is valid. What you see on a computer could sometimes be altered through malware and Trojan. So keep that in mind. Cool. No problem, Leonardo. Pio. Pio, right?
I think so.
Pio. Yeah. Cool. And let us know if you guys have any questions. We're here to help. That was a good one, though. Is there anything you want to address? Or we'll give them 5 more minutes before we dip out of here.
Early.
Yeah, it is a little early, but I guess Friday people are just, it's the weekend, they're just chilling.
Right?
Anything you want to address or?
I think so. I guess maybe we could talk about scam NFTs.
Sure.
That's something that cases that I frequently, people receive NFTs into their account and they appear in Ledger Live. Sometimes they are redirecting you to a website or asking you to scan a QR code or something like that. More often than not, it's some sort of you've got this free voucher or a voucher for free funds or an airdrop or something
Yep.
like that. This is not true. Nobody's just if it's too good to be true, it probably is.
Yeah.
So best practice is to not interact with them in Ledger Live aside from hiding them in Ledger Live.
Yeah, we could definitely show them in a bit here. Let's answer Mendy's question. want to answer that question, I'll get my ledger device set up,
Sounds
and
good.
then we will show them.
Yeah. All right, Mendy. I downloaded the desktop app. It showed after I signed desktop pin, my ledger device is connected. If someone knows your ledger pin and desktop pin, can they steal your funds? No. So if you have, I'm assuming when you say desktop pin, you're referring to the password that you can set up in Ledger Live. If somebody had the pin and the password and your physical device, that's a different story. It then yes, they would be able to access your funds. But if they do not have the physical device and they just have the password to Ledger Live and then the pin to your device but don't have the device, there's no way that they could transact from it.
Exactly. The pin is just local to the device. And I have my device here. I see we have a few questions coming in, but I just want to address that point, Mendy. So let me go here. And what I'm going to do is, as you guys can see, that ETH account was created from recovery phrase that was tied to this device earlier. Obviously, Kelly reset it, but I'll just show you error message that you will get prompted with. So let's say set a password. Actually, that'll take too long. But let's say I have my Ledger device, right? And I try to access this ETH account. Let's see the error message I receive. Receive. Okay. You'll be prompted with this error. Something went wrong. Please check that your hardware wallet is set up with recovery phrase or passphrase associated to the selected account. What this means is this account right here, Ethereum 1, was derived from a different recovery phrase, right? And like Kelly mentioned, the only way I can access this account is I have the correct recovery phrase that's loaded onto this device. So as far as scam NFTs goes, I have quite a bit, or I've received quite a bit of scam NFTs.
They're pretty common on Polygon, but they can be on
across all chains.
Yeah.
They could even be transactions too, like just transactions on XRP or any blockchain that has a memo tag where you can leave a note. So that's also very common too. But I'm going to show you guys what scam NFTs look like. They're very common. If you guys have Polygon account, you most likely probably receive. All right, so I'll just stop there. All right, so let's go here. As you guys can see, if you guys send tokens to a network, they will appear as showed. All right, so we'll go Polygon 1, down a bit, and boom, you guys can see here. And then you want to address how these scam NFTs work.
Yeah, so when you click on one, usually, like I said earlier, there will be a website that is trying to direct you to, and this one is stablecircle.com. You want to head over there and see?
Yeah, we could.
Yeah.
We have a few more questions, but I just wanted to show. Let's hide the NFT.
Okay. Yeah. So to hide the NFT, you can just either right click or select the three dots, and then go to hide NFT collection, and it's gone. Like I said earlier, it's best practice to not interact with these at all, right? But hiding them in Ledger Live is not going to pose a risk to you.
Yep.
So just hide it, and then you won't be able to see it.
Yep, and these NFTs being in your account, it won't affect you in any way as long as, like she said, as long as you don't interact with it, don't go to the website that is trying to get you to go to. Basically, what it wants you to do is go to the website, connect your wallet, and essentially approve like a token approval, spend approval, or even like a safe transfer from. Yep. Cool. Go back and see. Oh, yeah. So Jake answered that. Samurai or Samuel, sorry.
Okay. Yeah, Samuel. Hey, just got my Ledger Nano X2. Really awesome.
Nice, nice. How's the setup, Samuel? Oh, anyway, got an issue with creating an account. Okay.
Oh, Mendy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, okay, so Mendy, no physical device and it's still with you. So No, then if they knew that the device pin and Ledger Live password but did not have the physical device, doesn't matter.
Yep.
Yep, can't access your funds. Let's see. Samuel, I have an issue with creating an account for the CL card. I enter my mail as asked and can never receive verification code.
Yeah, Samuel, you probably want to reach out to Banks, the support team. I can get you their email address. Yeah, you can go ahead and
Yeah.
address it next.
Yeah.
Green Tall here.
Green tea doll. Why did I have to enter it again after first time? Not
Yes. Oh, right here.
after I put in my phrase the first time when I went to use it, I had to do it again. I want to be no. If it was asking, I guess maybe the device could have been reset, and then it might be asking you to restore from recovery phrase, in which case you can do that with no issue. It's hard to say exactly why it would be asking that. There's no other case other than the device being reset where you'd have to enter it again, aside from your initial confirmation when you set up.
Yeah, there are instances where some devices will just factory reset randomly.
Yeah.
If that's the case, Green Tea Doll, reach out to us and we'll look into it and fix that for you. Andy?
Right. Mindy, same like the firmware update 2.2.3 is available as you show on the screen. I updated that and reconnected the device and received all those scanned NFTs and 7 million XRP airdrop. Can we delete transactions? So you can hide the scam NFTs like we showed you. A 7 million XRP airdrop, that sounds also like a some sort of scam NFT like voucher that might be appearing as though it says you received that. As far as deleting a transaction, you can't delete any transactions. Whatever transaction happened on the blockchain can't be changed, reversed, or anything like that.
Yeah, Mendy, and if it's a token, you can hide the token as well. As far as like what she said, can't delete transactions. You can hide it. And yeah, NFTs are going to be very common in the space. You should just get comfortable seeing them in your accounts. Hopefully in the future we can implement some like filter feature, but as of right now they're going to be very common. I receive a scam NFT almost every day.
Yeah.
A lot of people here in the office also receive scam NFTs as well. So I guess just understanding that nothing's going to happen to you as long as you don't interact with it, don't give out your 24-word recovery phrase, and yeah, that's basically it. I mean, it's pretty easy to deal with. I understand it could be scary, but analogy I like to give customers is it's kind of like spam email, right?
Right.
If you go to your email inbox, obviously with emails, right, inboxes they're gonna have spam folders. We don't have like a scam NFT folder where it's like, oh, this NFT might be a scam. Hopefully in the future we have that, but it's kind of like spam emails.
Yeah, that's a good way to explain it.
Yeah,
Totally.
it's because your address is public on the blockchain, right? Same thing with your email address. If I had your email address, Mendy, I could send you random stuff, right? Same thing applies here. So hopefully that makes sense. Eric?
Eric, thanks a lot, guys. Peachy, thank you. I'm getting now. Render to the moon.
Yep, shout out to Peachy.
Green tea doll, yes, on the nano.
Okay, so her device is factory resetting.
That's what I think. Yeah. I would suggest reaching out to us at support.ledger.com and you can chat with one of us about it and we can point you in the right direction for, solution. Yeah. Because that should not be happening if your device is just like perpetually resetting.
Yeah,
that's not
normal.
No. No risk to your assets, but not normal.
Definitely a hassle, and I would be annoyed if that happened to me.
Same.
Entering the recovery phrase takes quite a long time.
Yeah.
5-10 minutes.
Mendy, how to install the Ledger Live app on a new computer and sign in with existing device. Can I just use the PIN and sign in with Ledger Live, or do I have to enter 24 words, or is the PIN enough? Okay, so you will never have to enter your 24 words anywhere, ever. So to if you're just like getting onto Ledger Live on any new device or a new computer, you would install Ledger Live, connect your device to Ledger Live, and then add your accounts. So you'll just need the PIN to unlock the device and then the associated app installed. And then you can go to a portfolio or accounts tab and then add your accounts. So it's important to know that Ledger Live data is just stored locally on the device. You can use Ledger Live safely on any computer and add your accounts at any time. Add, remove, because remember your assets live on the blockchain. So they're always there. It's just whether or not they're added in there.
Yeah, well said. Yeah, we should just walk her through it in Ledger Live. So, Mendy, I'll just walk you through it. Yeah, I'm just gonna reset Ledger Live to show you, to try to demonstrate the scenario that you've given us. So let's just say I bought a new computer. Let's say this computer breaks or whatever, right? So, as you guys can see, this Polygon account, I have 2 added here, right? Let's say I buy a brand new computer. This is what's gonna happen, right? So if I buy a brand new computer, let's say I reset Ledger Live, because this is what's going to happen. You're going to get a brand new Ledger Live. I'm going to reset this here. Cool. All right, so let's say I got a new computer. My old computer broke. I have all my accounts that were, loaded on there. Got a new computer. I'm going to go through the same process that Kelly went through. I'm going to click on Get Started. I have a Nano X. This is one of my work ledgers. Scroll down here. Check. Oh, I have to unlock my device, so let me do that. All right. So as you guys can see here, it's unlocked now. Okay, allow manager. And we're gonna go through this. All right, so genuine, boom, continue. And then I'm going to skip this. Like she said, these tabs are going to be grayed out until you add your accounts.
Yep.
I'm going to add my Polygon account. And the 2 existing Polygon accounts that you've seen previously, Mendy, you're going to see again. Because like Kelly said, everything blockchain, right? Ledger Live is just a user interface tool that allows you to visualize your assets and manage it. Nothing's actually stored on here, right? So the 2 same accounts will pop up. Take a second here. It will just take a second. There it is. See, so those 2 same accounts, Mendy, popped up, and there it is. You said enter 24 words or PIN. You never want to enter your 24 words anywhere other than the device, right? Ledger Live should never ask you for that, as you just I didn't have to enter my 24 words. All I had to do was connect my device, unlock it, open up the app, add the account.
That's right.
Cool.
All right. Yo, mammy. Are private keys unique to each wallet? So the keys generated on the device are unique to that wallet at the first time that it's like created or generated, but you can use that recovery phrase anywhere. So the recovery phrase is the master key to your assets, and it can be you can use any recovery phrase in the device. Of course, if it's been entered onto an internet enabled device, it's not suggested that you set up a ledger with that, but
so, and I'll also address Mammy, yes, to answer your question, every private key is like for your Ethereum account, right? Each account is going to have a different private key. What Kelly mentioned is your recovery phrase. That basically means your master key, right? Your master key and private key are different. Your master key is going to allow you to access all your accounts across all the blockchains. Your private key is only going to allow you to access that specific account. And then you had a follow-up question. You said, so if I index ledger, have many wallets on it, do all wallets get compromised if I sign a transaction on another wallet with the same index group? The answer to that is only that specific wallet address is affected, right? So let's say I have 3 Ethereum accounts. I sign a malicious transaction with my first Ethereum account, only my first Ethereum account gets affected, right? Not my other accounts. But if you gave away your 24-word recovery phrase, then all your accounts are affected. Hopefully that answers your question, man. And I could show you an example. This is more advanced, but I could definitely show you how it looks as far as private keys go, Mammy.
My mistake on that. I
Yeah,
was
yeah.
thinking like,
Yeah, it's all good.
yeah.
Okay, so this, I'll have to add a new Chrome. I just want to show this to you to help you, or better illustrate how things work, Mammy. 1 second. I have to do this live because we are on a different. Okay, so I'm gonna reset. All right, Mammy. Index one. I don't use a first accounts. Numbers only index one. Can you clarify more what you mean by index ones? But as far as the private keys go, let's just say I have an Ethereum account. I'll just show you. Example. Account. All right, so let's just say the private key for my first Ethereum account is this, right? And I use this private key to sign transactions, and I sign a bad transaction. Only this specific account right here is affected. This address is affected, not these other addresses. But yeah, clarify what you mean by index ones, and definitely be able to help you there. Well, when you should. Yeah.
Article with the photos.
Yep.
It's pretty cool to see
What's inside the device. Yep, and Jacob answered it as well. Only the account that you sign with is. And yeah, we're running out of time, so feel free to leave any last minute questions. Well, we have 5 more minutes.
by quick.
Yeah, that went by quick. I always expect us to like run out of questions, and then people are like, "Oh, let me get my last minute questions in."
Yeah, that's great.
And yeah, guys, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, leave any feedback you guys have for us. We have this every Friday, onboarding, and hopefully soon we can have a Ledger Stacks. Whenever it comes out, we'll be able to do the onboarding
Yes,
for that.
I cannot
So,
wait.
hopefully soon. And yeah, Jake, can you post our stream schedule in the chat? I think Jake will be on Monday, and then me and Kelly are on Wednesday and Friday, and then Tim's on Monday as well. And we do have more streams in the pipeline, so hopefully we can do a stream every day for you guys. I know the markets are starting to boom.
Yeah.
So that's cool. We have this question right here.
Okay. Sultan, hi. Why can't I set up a password for Ledger Live on laptop without resetting the whole thing? Should not have to reset anything when you're setting up a password.
Yeah. So let me size this. Let's put a password in Ledger Live and then just show them. Shouldn't have any issues with that. I'll just set a password. This could be just computer related. I wouldn't know specifically what the issue is, but that's not normal, Sultan. Let me put a password. Accounts. About
Help. I think.
help.
Yeah.
Oh, it's under general.
Oh, there you go.
Yep, password lock. So I'll just set a password. Password real quick. This is how it should look, Zoltan. As soon as you save, what you're going to do is you're going to want to close Ledger Live. Close Ledger Live. I'm going to reopen it here. load. Loading, and the password should appear like this. Yep, should appear like this. If you lost your password, you can just click here. If you know your password, you can click here and get by. Boom.
Yep.
It should just look like that, Zoltan. Let us know if it's something else. Want to give an update on the stacks? We can give an update on the stacks. So we don't have a exact ETA, Anthony. We did send out an email a few weeks ago regarding that. We also have a update video that was attached to that email. Let us know if you didn't receive the email. Contact us. We'll be able to forward you that email. But as far as the stacks goes, we don't have an exact ETA, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But we are compensating customers as a gratitude with to sticking with us. If you pre-order the stacks using or through the NFT, we'll receive I think Nano S Plus, and then if you just pre-ordered it normally, you will receive a magnetic shell. And then if you pre-ordered it using the NFT, you'll get the magnetic shell and the S. No problem, Zoltan. Hopefully it looks like that. That's how it should look. If it's something else, reach out to us. Let us know. But as soon as you set the password, close your Ledger Live, reopen it, and you should be prompted with that screen that I showed. Yeah, without further ado, Kelly, you want to end out the stream? I think
Yeah.
it was great.
Let's see, we have the upcoming live streams posted in here.
Yeah.
So I guess that's it.
Yeah.
We will be back on Monday.
Yeah.
What time?
Monday, 4 p.m.
Monday at 4 p.m. All
Yeah.
right. So I guess that's it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Thank
that's
you
it.
for
Yeah, thank you
hanging out
for
with us
hanging
today.
out with us. Yeah. I hope you guys have a great weekend. Like the video or like the stream. Leave any feedback. Leave any, anything that you guys want to see from us. We definitely read all your comments. And for any questions that you guys may have later on, feel free to reach out to us. Ledger will never DM you first. We don't DM people as far as support goes. And yeah, that's basically it. I hope you guys have a great weekend. Once again, take
Yep.
care, everybody.
Bye.